I guess the first thing I wanted to ask you is how did you originally get involved with Adam Wainwright and Garth Brooks and Big League Impact and all that?
So it's been a few years since I got involved with Big League Impact. They were a group that Adam started in, I don't know, probably 2013 maybe, with his brother actually, and it originated around fantasy football, where he invited fans to play fantasy football with other Cardinal players, and I met him at a conference, a PAO conference, Professional Athletes Outreach, which is like a big FCA for professional baseball players, and told him that I wanted to host one of the fantasy football leagues in Minnesota. So we did that 5 times up there, and a couple years ago, he asked me if I'd come on board as his vice president, and so I did, and been involved a little bit more each year after that.
How cool is it that, you pitched at Mizzou, your wife's from Missouri, you make your off-season home in Missouri now, and you're partnered with one of the longest tenured Cardinal pitchers on this.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's been really cool to get to know him. He's been a little bit of a mentor, a little bit of a person that I can run things through, and also a guy to look up to. He does a lot of charity work, and he and his wife Jenny are involved in a lot of stuff, and it's motivating, and it's really cool to get to know him and be close to the work that he does, so that I can kind of learn some of the things that how he does it and how he juggles it all. That was the one thing my wife and I sat down with him and Jenny a couple of years ago and said, how do you guys do it? How do you prioritize, and how do you make sure you have time for your family and other stuff, as well as taking care of the charity work that you're supposed to be doing.
Is that your daughter there?
Yeah, this is Hayden. Yep, my
That's,
6-year-old.
it sounds like your family's gotten involved too. How has your family become involved in all this?
Yeah, Elizabeth is very charity minded as well. We started going down to the Dominican and Haiti right after we were married in 2011. We've tried to just have our daughter and son, and our 7-month-old daughter obviously isn't quite there, but we just try to have Hayden and Mills be involved, and let them really kind of be a part of the giving. We want to be people that are going to help people and love people no matter what.
Is that part of what makes this latest initiative so personal, and the recent money y'all were able to raise to help kids who who are food insecure, who rely on school lunches that can't rely on those now during the pandemic? Is that part of what makes this so personal, that your family's involved in this for kids?
One thing somebody always said was, find something that you're really passionate about and stick to it. And one of those things is feeding kids, and so many kids are so unfortunate that they don't have the decision, where they're born into and the situation they're born into, and some parents don't have a decision on how that situation has evolved and come about. So our goal is to try to help those kids that are food insecure, and do our best to help their parents put food on the table, because it's not only about us being the ones putting food on the table. We want it to be empowering to the parents as well, and we want the parents to be able to feel that sense of fulfillment, how they are the ones that's also putting food on the table for their kids.
Off-season free agency was kind to you, as you mentioned. You're with the Texas Rangers now. Dallas has a lot of Mizzou alums. Are you fitting in pretty well in the Metroplex so far?
Yeah, it's been fun so far. Haven't met a whole lot of them yet, but I know there's a lot of athletes that have come out of Texas and out of that area. So excited to get involved with the Mizzou Alumni Association down there and meeting some of them. But it's been a cool first couple months. It's been obviously a little bit slow because we haven't played yet, but so far it's been fun to get to know everyone. I'm looking forward to it.
Pitchers have a kind of a tightrope to walk in terms of ramping up for the season to begin with. So how have you adapted to everything that's been going on?
Yeah, it's kind of been like an extended off season, with a little spring training in between. Been mowing grass today and doing some spring cleaning around the house that I don't normally get to do. Normally we end up pawning it off on my in-laws, and they, gracefully take care of it for us. But, been able to do some of that stuff around the house and do some fun stuff with the kids that I don't normally get to do, start the garden and do some things around here that they really enjoy. But, yeah, it's been a little different, that's for sure. But we've got a shed on our property here that is about 70 foot long, so just long enough to put a little mound and a net. The Rangers sent me a Rapsodo unit to kind of tell me where the strike zone is and velocity and keep track of that stuff.
You guys have done so much great work to this point with Big League Impact. Do the fundraising efforts continue right now? And if so, how can people continue to get involved?
Yeah, the one unique thing about this one, the home plate project, is that it's not any fan involvement. Unfortunately, it's just the players and Garth Brooks teaming up for that one. But there'll absolutely be a lot of big league impact events coming up. We're trying to find ways to get people involved right now. A lot of our initiatives obviously surround the game of baseball and games being played. Whether it's per strikeout for Adam or per team win, something like that. But we're actually thinking about coming up with some different ideas. Right now, Trevor May with the Minnesota Twins is playing in that MLB The Show tournament as the Twin, and any proceeds during his Twitch streams, any donations are going to Big League Impact. So if anybody watching is a Twitch player or likes to watch that, they can go on his stream and donate to Big League Impact. And then this fall, we're going to have a couple events here in St. Louis as well, based around the Cardinals and Wainwright. But hopefully once we get going here, then some Mizzou fans and that are Cardinals fans, no doubt, can jump in and go to bigleagueimpact.org, and they can check out what Adam's doing and what the Cardinals are doing there locally. And then we'll be doing a fantasy football league and a Top Golf and trying to raise some money in Dallas as well.